When the Boxer movement rose, the East India Company was an armed company. In fact, you couldn't kill them. So this anger was vented on the missionaries. So the Boxers killed many missionaries and their families, children. So I just talked about the evil line. What about the good line? Did the good line stay? Those missionaries who came to China, among them, a missionary brought their 4-year-old daughter to China. You know that missionaries always take their families with them, and their whole family, the daughter grew up in Zhenjing. She returned to the US at 17 to study psychology, and then later returned to China. More than 40 years in China. Her Chinese name is Sai Zhenju. When she returned to Nanjing to attend college, she wrote a novel called The Good Earth. The novel was later made into a movie.
The Good Earth was produced by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. It's based on the novel. It tells the story of Chinese farmer Wang Long and his wife Alan, how they poverty to fight against poverty and natural disasters, from extreme poverty to wealth, and created a family with 4 generations. The Good Earth was produced by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. It's based on the novel of Pearl S. Buck. It tells the story of Chinese farmer Wang Long and his wife Alan, how they poverty to fight against poverty and natural disasters, from extreme poverty to wealth, and created a family with 4 generations.
The film was released in 1937 and won many Oscars. In 1938, S. Buck won the Nobel Peace Prize, which was much more influential than the film of Fu Manchu. So this is good result of the film, that movie. That movie depicts the life of ordinary Chinese peasants and some of their excellent qualities. Speaking of this, do you all understand that? At least before 1977, that is our older generation in the minds of Americans. Chinese people had 2 images. One is the image of Fu Manchu, one image, and the other is the image of Wang Long and his wife. One impression, it comes from the fictional work of a British writer. The other impression came from Pearl S. Buck's personal life in China. The real information brought by a missionary family. Right. So in fact, in the minds of the older generation of Americans, there are 2 images that are quite tangled. By 1977, there was a 3rd image of Bruce Lee in China. So image of Bruce Lee overlaps the previous 2 images because Bruce Lee came from action movies. He has strong appreciation. Chinese Kung Fu has been entered the Westerners' view, and until now, later, Jackie Chan later, like Ang Lee's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, right? Like these, they must use Kung Fu elements. Couldn't they tell the story without Kung Fu? They can tell the story, but they must use martial arts. At that time, occupied the main mental image of Westerners was Kung Fu. So there was no way Chow Yun-fat had to play a villain. He had to use a martial arts story to tell a Chinese philosophy and a philosophy of life. So until now, we know that the 3 images in the minds of Westerners are the image of Fu Manchu to the image Wang Long and Alan to Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and Jet Li in the same line. These are the images. If he sees you for the first time, you are Chinese. At this time, some images will appear in his brain. We are the same. Suddenly, I heard that. You are American. Many things will come to our minds, such as Hollywood blockbusters. If you are our age, and I come to the A-Team, you know that, and the Man from the Atlantic, we also have many fragments in our minds. These fragments, which constitute our first impression of him, this understanding is not brought by him. When an American knows us, he will politely ask you, can you do Kung Fu? You will smile and say, not all Chinese can do Kung Fu. But in fact, there are still some questions in his mind, right? Are you as hardworking as Wang Long and the others? Are you as cunning as Fu Manchu? Full of tricks. When he rolls his eyes, he has a bad idea. He won't say these words out, but these are all in his memory and in his impression. I want to tell you through this video that, I think this video must be recorded now. This video is to tell you that we face the image of Fu Manchu, such an image's continuation, whether it's Manchu or SAIC or Iron Man 3. In its Mr. Scott, there is a character who is a shadow of Manchurian, wearing Qing dynasty clothes, like this line. We are boycotting it. Our purpose of boycotting is not to be your enemy. The purpose of boycotting is to make friends with you. And I can say without hesitation that whether you like it or not, we all have to make friends. I can't run away, and you can't run away, so don't let this kind of obstacles to our building of friendly relations. This not still left in the middle. We should not only boycott its domestic screening, but also resist its global screening. Understand? So the first is my point of view. Second, I also want you to know we not only have the failure like Fu Manchu in our relationship, but also missionaries like Pearl S. Buck, many missionaries who were not killed, and children who left many beautiful expressions about China, and they are of high level. The movie won an Oscar, and the novel won the Nobel Prize. The West is also working hard to how to strengthen normal cultural exchanges. In the mainstream values of Christian civilization, understanding of Chinese culture. They retreat and learn about Chinese culture humbly. It's their requirement, which they think is a matter, of course. Fu Manchu is not mainstream, you know. So we also have confidence to say in the past 100 years, except for Fu Manchu, we also have Wang Long and Alan Couple. You know, we also have the highest awards. Such an image has also won the highest award. Today, it's visual elements. Chinese Kung have entered, such as Kung Fu Panda. You know that you may think just a cartoon, and it does express many Chinese values. There's no right or wrong. It just introduces how China sees things. It can be said that the Kung Fu Panda tried to get rid of prejudice. An accurate description of Chinese culture, and even surpassed Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Crouching Tiger. Hidden Dragon has an idea. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon has an opinion. It has an opinion on Chinese culture. Kung Fu Panda doesn't have an opinion. They just look at things this way. We should understand each other. There are also some works, may not be done enough in this work, like the live-action version of Mulan. This is how it was done. They wanted to do, but they didn't do it. There's no way, in the end, it was turned into a romantic story of Disney. And this approach, almost all of which were Western techniques, the story was completely changed. What happened to the military Mulan in the movie? And finally, she defeats the Khan alone, defeated the Chan Yu, Taranta many, especially for Chinese audiences. The makeup, it borrowed some Japanese makeup. So some of the work may not be done properly and less constructive, but at least it is not destructive in the entire Mulan. There is no excessive criticism of Chinese culture. Criticize too much. So what I mean is that we still need to have confidence here. Confidence comes from two. First, you have to be nice to me, whether you like it or not. You have to be nice to me. Not only am I studying you today, but you must also be honest and study me humbly. It's the trend of history, and there's no way around it. And you must accept it. The Source of Stars 1, the Source of Stars 2, in the past history, in their mainstream culture, they actually mutual understanding. Although there are many like Fu Manchu, which is actually a kind of opposition or a rebellious voice, but this does not affect their mainstream, the character of Chinese people. The global big screen are constantly being showcased, and our true cultural characteristics are shown, including Ying Ziqiang.
Michelle Yeoh, in 2001, for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She became nominated for the BAFTA Award for Best Actress. Chinese female actor, on March 12, 2023, Ying Ziqiang won the Best Actress for Everything Everywhere All at Once. One Puskat won Best Actress at the 95th Academy Awards, becoming the first Chinese actress in Oscar history. It doesn't use kung fu elements. It just describes describing the life of immigrants through time travel, right? Such a film is highly praised. How strange it is. Michelle Yeoh was known worldwide for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but she won the highest award with a literary film. To win the highest award. Notice what this means. It shows that Western mainstream culture is an encouraging Chinese to show their own personalities, to let Americans and people all over the world know. So confidence comes from these two aspects. I think this video mainly wants to tell everyone, don't be discouraged. Fu Manchu can't stop us. We will definitely overcome this hurdle. I believe Fu Manchu can't stop them either. And they have to get over this hurdle.
Absolutely not. Say it again. You are. Wow. Ooh. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely not.
Anybody know war?
Everybody knows war. Who? Yeah. What it is good for? Absolutely nothing. Good God, you all.
It ain't you all, it's y'all.
Y'all.